Yeah, so it's been more than 4 months for you doing this parikrama. So if you could just give a short description about your entire experience so far.
Well, I've had many life-changing experiences happening in my life, but this Narmada parikrama must definitely rate as being probably the most profound, um, because it has just been, an incredible journey. I mean, so much so that I'm already hearing the whisper of my Narmada saying to me that I need to go a second time. That's how amazing this journey has been.
Wow.
So, I mean, every day there are just little miracles that happen. And we just heard about one right now where the owner of this little space ran out of biscuits and someone just arrived and donated biscuits. I mean, that's what happens on the Narmada parikrama all the time, to others and to me. I mean, alike. I'm not anyway. I mean, I thought that all of these amazing things that are happening, I'm so special, but it's happening to everybody.
Yes.
That's the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
So, incredible journey.
So would you like to introduce yourself? Like, tell us more about you and your life.
Yeah, I mean, my name is Ronnie. I'm from South Africa. I'm 68 years young. Um, and I've been in India for almost 2 years on a spiritual journey. That's why I'm here. I mean, I've always been on a spiritual journey, but this has been intense. It's been an intense time of sadhana and study and experience and all of those things. And I want that to continue. If I can, if the Indian government will allow me, which is not going to be easy, because at some point they're going to say, foreigner, go home. And I don't want to go home.
This is your home.
Yeah, so there's no question that I was here in past lives in India, because I feel as I've come home. And I might die here. I mean, who knows? Um, I'm single. I do have 3 children. They're all married and independent. One of them is not actually married. That's not entirely true, but they're all independent and they don't need me anymore. So I'm Akila.
Akila?
Akila.
Akela. So basically now you are a sannyasi.
Yeah, I am indeed. I'm living that life
Nice.
in all respects,
Narmade Har.
in all regards. So, yeah, amazing.
Tell us more about your past life, as in before you were a sannyasi.
I ran a small adventure travel business, and COVID came along and made it bankrupt. So that was a good way of the Supreme saying to me, okay, now you finished with that nonsense. Time for you now to get serious about your spiritual journey. It's amazing what sometimes you have to keep bumping your head and bumping your head, keep doing the same nonsense until something really serious happens, to say, okay, well, now you have to make the necessary changes that you have been bumping your head about. You need to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of doing something. And I'd reached that point. So um, I'm really glad that I'm out of that economic cycle. I don't have any money to worry about. I mean, I have a little bit that my brother every now and then, if I need something, sends me. But and it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I should be. Most people at my age in the West, if they were in my financial position, would be probably drinking or drugging themselves to death, or ready to jump underneath the wheels of a train. But I'm not at all concerned about anything. So if the Supreme Being wants me now, I'm ready to go. Any moment. Content, happy, peaceful, one day at a time, moment to moment. That's me.
Yeah, you do have a certain gravity of peace on your face for sure. What would be that one message that you would like to give to the new generation who are growing up in the western part of the world?
That's a very profound question to ask, and it's a question that should be asked of everyone. Is what are people busy with? Because I think that there's a lot of busyness of running around chasing after all those sensory desires that we all know about: greed, lust. Um, I must have this, I must have that, bigger and better, constantly. And I actually think that all of that, at the end of the day, is a complete waste of time. And so I think that if people at a young age can realize that that chasing after bigger and better is just a never-ending cycle that is actually has no end, and is actually, if in the extreme sense, is going to destroy you. Um, and that the sooner one can actually just let go of all of that nonsense and start finding one's true purpose. Why am I? Who am I? Who am I? That question that Ramana Maharshi asks so profoundly. Who am I? And going to the source of that, and if one can come to that realization, the earlier on in life one can reach that, come to that realization that it's not about what's happening externally, but what's happening internally. I think that the happier and the peaceful and more peaceful world we will be in, and people will find themselves in. I coined the phrase many years ago, and it's a bit of a play on words, which says, if you don't go within, you go without. And that's, I think, that sums it up in many ways.
Yeah.
That if you don't go inwards and ask some of those profound questions of who am I, and what am I really doing here on this ball of the sod of soil that is floating around in the universe, if you cannot get some clarity around what that's all about, and you're trying to find the happiness outside there in things and in places and in people, that's a really tough place to be.
One last question. So you have reached a certain age. Do you think there is an end to desires like greed, lust, desires like this? Is there an end after you reach a certain stage?
I think without a doubt there is. And I can only speak from personal experience. Is that I know I have, as I think most people have, so this is not about comparing in any way whatsoever, but I have gone through all of that nonsense, through all of those external desires in excessive ways. And I have completely dropped every single one of them. So I don't have greed. I have absolutely no sexual desires or lust, not only for the opposite sex, but lust for anything. I don't have lust for food. I don't have lust for nothing really, absolutely. So I really do believe that that it is absolutely possible to drop all of those desires. But I think that it's one has to get clear about why you're doing that too. If you're on a profound journey to of self-discovery, then some of those things you'll realize are unnecessary in your life anyway, and they'll fall away. You know, it doesn't have to be hard work. It's not about I have to do this. I think then when you get clear about what and why you here and what the purpose of life is, then those things will automatically drop by the wayside because you'll realize they're not necessary. Um, I don't need to keep stuffing my face, or I don't need to keep drinking, whatever it is that you're finding a replacement for the, the, the emptiness, which is often, why am I here? What am I doing? I have no idea. I have no clue, and I don't know what I'm just, I'm on this cycle, and I don't know how to get out of it. And we could go on and on and on, but
Yeah.
your phone's going to run out of juice.
Yeah. Thank you so much.